Welcome to another beautiful, beautiful, wonderful day of Bhagavad Gita Sadhana. Part of what makes it so beautiful is I get to spend some time with you, and I'm Atmadarshan or Laura. So, I'd like to start off by expressing gratitude. Some of you have been watching or following on social media, and you know that there was a tornado that came through the Cleveland area. I think the Parma area got hit the hardest, but traveling up and down the streets yesterday, there's been damage. And this morning, before I came on, I was literally, and I do mean literally, when I use the word literally, I mean literally, I picked up over 100 sticks from our yard because the city's coming through to help collect some of the debris today. And I think I have at least 200 more sticks left. But in the grand scheme of things, small potatoes compared to what could have happened. Ooh, potatoes. Haven't had breakfast yet, but soon. This was leading me up to is gratitude for all those who maybe I haven't heard from you in a while, or maybe I hear from you infrequently, but all that have reached out and said, if you need anything at all, please just ask. And these are other people in the city too. So others who are going through their own struggles with loss of power. Or I was driving down one of Cleveland's main streets yesterday, near the Cleveland Clinic, actually, of all places, and a lot of the traffic lights were out. So there's a lot of crisis going on here. And in a way, I'm grateful for the crisis. That's one of the things the Bhagavad Gita is all about. Is chapter 1 starts with Arjuna in crisis. And his spiritual advisor, Krishna, says, nope, don't try to soften your crisis. Don't try to ease it. Face it. Embrace it, because there's a valuable lesson in it. And what I've been finding with the external crises, the obvious crises here, let's say the obvious crisis with the weather, is just how nice, kind, caring, considerate people can be to each other when they see others in obvious suffering. But if we look at the Gita and its message of Samatvam, there's a little bit of a hint in there that it's great to behave this way when there's an obvious and external crisis, but what about when there's no obvious external crisis? Because just check in with yourself, or think of somebody you know. Almost every one of us is having some sort of internal crisis every single day that maybe we don't feel is important enough to share. It's not this physical suffering. It's not that we're being tortured, but there is a lot going on beneath the surface. Maybe we can't share because we feel we're in a professional role with somebody, or a parent-child role, and it's not useful or not appropriate. But almost everybody is going through a crisis that we cannot see. And one of the hallmarks of Krishna and Arjun's friendship is that Krishna is Arjun's friend when everything seems to be going well for Arjun. Like many people are. They're like, oh, Prince Arjun, you're the greatest. When the crises are apparent, though, whether they are the obvious external ones or the internal ones that Arjun is trying so hard to deal with and hide and not confront, Krishna is still there too. One thing I invite you to do today is to try to look at others and perhaps see the crises. Everybody has crisis. Everybody. And can we recognize that and act from a place of compassion consistently to others, rather than just going, I'm thinking of the political climate right now, for example, in the United States. Oh, you're voting differently than I am. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. A tornado hit your house. Let me help. Maybe we can find some kind of consistency in dealing with each other? And how might that transform our world, our community, our home? I don't know. That's up for each of us to work with. And one of the things we've been working with on a physical level is a balance pose. It's being balanced no matter what seems to be going on around. Shall we? There we go. Switch. Let's come back to contemplate. Our 5 minute contemplation today. I just invite you to contemplate how you reach out to, you just pick somebody, how you'd reach out to them when you know, when you can see the emergencies going on in their lives versus how do you treat that person. And it can be yourself. It can be yourself. How many of us go, oh, I should be taking care of my health, but it's not that bad yet, for example, or I'm suffering, but my suffering isn't as bad as the rest of the world, or my doctor said it's really nothing to concern myself about. Can you be really kind to yourself like you would if something apparent that you felt was worthy of everybody knowing was going on? 5 minutes of that. Please come on back. So again, I'm dedicating this practice to those who have reached out. Thank you so much. And if you want to develop support for people more unconditionally, we are having a free healing meditation Saturday at 9. The information is right down below in the comments. The link you can RSVP and be here in person or live online. And that's just to generally offer good vibes to everybody, everywhere, including you. And if you can't make it, you can comment with the names of anybody you'd like us to hold in our minds and hearts during that time. And also a final plea here, if you give blood, at least here in the United States, the blood donations are extremely low, and the tropical storm and other severe weather like this that's knocked out the power is not helping. There's only a tiny percentage of the population that's giving blood to support the rest. And right now, the amount of blood that's being given is not keeping up with the demand. So if you can, if you do, I encourage you to think of this life-saving gift, whether it's a crisis time or not. Be well, my friends. Whatever you're going through, know that I am sending you support. Until we meet again.